Hello, Velvet.
Yes.
I need your help.
Alright, y'all, so I figured, you know what, let's do a get rid of it me. I haven't done one of those in a while. And your girl is going out today. So I'm just going to do a quick get ready with me. And I figured, let me chit chat with you guys. We haven't done that in a while, you know. So, like I mentioned, I did a video just recently on the situation that just took place a couple of days ago. My face is so oily. And I don't really like to put a lot of stuff on my skin when it's hot out. So I really don't like to moisturize, although you should. I moisturize, but I then wipe it off because I get greasy fast. I'm an oily girl. Yeah, so let's get with it now. Let's get on this subject. I'm going to put my hair back. But, you know, the audacity. And that's the thing. When it comes to dealing with a narcissist, they really don't have any type of pride. This ninja had the audacity to not only violate the order of protection by calling me, and then acknowledging that he knows that he's violating this order of protection, but he had the audacity to try and ask me questions regarding my current life and asking me if I was seeing anybody, am I dating anybody, all right? Mind you, homeboy has a full-blown relationship, of course, living with the person because he don't know nothing about having his own. He likes to shack with people. So, of course, she's another victim, the same as I was at the time. And he's, I guess, bored. All right, because this is what they do. They get bored very fast. And what she thinks is love is not love at all. It's fake. And I had to come to the realization that my relationship with him was fake at the time when we were dealing with each other, because of the way in which they can tell you one thing, lie in your face, put on this whole facade and show, and at the same time, or should I say in a split second, be on the phone with somebody else. Now, this man right here had the audacity, when he left his place, he left her place actually, and went downstairs or outside or wherever, because I think they live somewhere in the Bronx. She lives in the Bronx. Okay? He went outside to call me. To call me. Now, this was the second day of him actually calling me to speak with me. And me telling him, don't call me. Don't call me. But of course, he calls me. Now, the number that he's calling me from, I can't see it. And he's calling me on my business phone. So, not knowing who it is, I have to answer my calls. It could be business related. And of course, no, it's not business related. It's him. With his trying to act like everything is cool, and that his sorries can actually heal and mend and get me to break down my walls and give him a chance again. But during that time when he's calling me now, I'm letting him know, listen, you're playing games. And the person that you're playing with is really a nice person. Because like I told you in my last story, my last video when I spoke about the narcissist and... Oh, Lord, where's my thing? When I spoke about the narcissist, the situation that took place with me and him, and how... Please excuse me, I'm looking away. I have to get myself ready. I'm going to an event today, going out. So like I mentioned, I had to answer the phone because it's a business phone, you know, so I had to answer it, not knowing it was him. So this is the second time he's called, all right? The first time was a shocker because I'm thinking to myself, this joker have the complete, he's really stupid. And not only stupid, but he just doesn't care. He doesn't care because he knows that I have a full-blown order of protection where he's not supposed to try to reach out to me. It's a complete stay-away order. But here it is. He's also, he doesn't care about his own freedom because he's trying to, you know, they're desperate. He's desperate. Something is going on and he's desperate. Now, I've been seeing karma kicking his butt left, right, and center because a lot of his, you know, a lot of his information still comes through me somehow or another. Don't ask me why, but it passes right in front of me, and I kind of see exactly certain things that's happening behind the scenes. Him not knowing it. So I already know his car has been booted so many times. I've already known that. Okay? So when I make a video out and I say certain things in the video, it's not that I'm just throwing it out in the air. It's because I know exactly what's going on. But this joker right here is either financially in a frenzy where he's now looking around for somebody to bail his butt out, like what he was doing before after I left him. He ran to open up relationships with him and two other females, and basically is using them. And that's what he's doing with this one now. Whatever is going on, either she's not helping him or she's getting tired of him, one or the other, something ain't right. And he's now fishing around for more supply, okay? Supply. And when I say supply, you guys, it's somebody that's helping, somebody that he's using, that narcissists use for whatever it is that they need them for. That's a supply, okay? Whether it's a financial supply, sexual supply, you know, that's a supply. So right now, he's in a frenzy because he's looking and looking and looking and looking for somebody to open the door so he can walk right in to manipulate and use. And this is what he thought he could try to come back to me for. Imagine that. After all the crap he's put me through, that I finally got rid of him. And I have no worries. It's all in my life. My life is peaceful. I'm happy. I moved on. But yet at the same time, he's been calling me. And I knew he's been calling me. I just couldn't put my finger on it. But you know when you feel somebody, it's them. Well, I've been knowing this for a while. So anyways, he's been calling me. He's been hanging up. And this was the first time he had the balls to actually open his mouth and say something. Which I somehow knew it was going to happen one day. Because that's just the kind of man he is. He doesn't care. Not even about his own freedom, because it's all about what they want and what they can get. And they will go out on a limb to the extreme to get what it is that they're looking for. Okay? Because they think they're invincible. So homeboy thinks that he's invincible now, calling me, acting like all is well. How you been doing? How's everything going? I've been thinking about you. I've never stopped thinking about you. I've never stopped caring about you. Blah, blah, blah. The whole roll. And I love you. All of this stupidness. Now, when they come back to try to come back with the BS, you guys, you better know. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for the BS. Because it's all BS. It is not truthful. So, I'm sitting here like, this joker got a lot of nerve. So I sat and I listened. which is a #1 no-no. But by hearing his voice, it didn't even faze me one bit. Because I already knew it was going to come a time. And I told him, before we broke up, you're going to be looking for somebody. You're going to be looking for me in the next woman. And I knew that. I knew that in my spirit. And I knew that is what was going to happen. Because I know the kind of woman that I am. I'm a good woman. Not tooting my own horn, but I'm a good woman. And he knew what he was going to be missing out on. Okay? A lot. So anyways, he's calling me now. And he's telling me how much he misses me. How much he's sorry. And he only did what he did because he saw he was losing me. I mean, he tried to feed me the whole BS line, which I knew was going to happen because this is a narcissist. And doing the research, I just knew that there's going to come a time again, after all the drama, that I would hear from him. Because they do not stop hovering. It's something that they continue to do. So, he's telling me all of this crap. You know, can we sit? Can we go somewhere and talk? And I'm saying to myself, this man got a lot of audacity. I got an order of protection out on your butt, and you want me to come and meet you somewhere to sit and talk? You must be really on something heavy. So I kept telling him no. Stop calling me. There's no need for you to call me. You know, there's no need for you to call me. There's no making up. There's no, thinking that things are going to just all of a sudden get better. Just move forward. Forgive and forget. No, I forgive you, but that don't mean I'm coming back to you. So he kept begging and pleading. Okay? Begging and pleading for me to meet him, for me to come out, for me to talk with him, and I mean, physically talk to him. Sit down and see him physically. So I kept telling him no. And, he kept asking me, do you ever see us getting back together? Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you're dealing with a narcissist, they live in a land of delusion. Whatever they do that's disrespectful, hurtful, they think that it can be something that can easily be swept under the rug and forgiven. And that even though you forgive them, they think that you can get to that point where you will give them another chance. I told him, what do you think? I'm a glutton for punishment? That I would want to go through stuff like that with you again? I told him I got over you. There's no reason for me to want to be back with you. Okay? I've already been there, done that, and I'm off that cycle, and I'm happy. And I tell you guys, when you are healed, when they don't faze you one bit. Their words can't even penetrate and pierce your heart. There's no emotions, no feelings, no nothing when it comes to anything they say, anything they try. But I wouldn't recommend you do that and continue listening and talking to them. Because then eventually you lend your ear too much and they can weasel back in, because then they plant pictures in your mind. Then you start thinking about them. So the conversation went on for a little bit that day. And I made it very clear to him that I'm not interested. He's even asked me if I got somebody new in my life. Okay, imagine that. You got a whole woman that you got pregnant, and now you want to try and ask me about what's going on in my life. So I told him, don't worry about what's going on in my life. My life has nothing to do with you. Period. He asked about my children. Don't worry about what's going on with my children. They have nothing to do with you. So he's even went on to tell me about how him and his family, his kids, don't even have a decent rapport anymore. Probably because of the way in which he's exposed how much of a bad example he is Because one minute you with this person, next minute you flaunting the secret persons behind their back in front of... So yeah, he had the audacity to ask me about my family, how's everybody doing, you know, like as though everything is supposed to be well and we're on the besties list again, the whole nine. And it just gave me the opportunity to actually see how much of a fake, and a poser that he really is. That he really is. He is a poser. For him to sit there and act like all is good, he's talking to another woman when he has a woman. So this is the BS that he was doing with me. Okay? This is why I say, you know, I got a chance to see him to see how he really operates and how he really was operating behind the scenes with me. This man went downstairs from wherever they lived the next day and called me right after leaving from her house. Calls me, okay, to try to see if I would still break down and meet up with him. And I'm like, are you crazy? Are you stupid? Did you not understand me the first couple of nights? The first night when I told you that is not going to happen? And I mean, with a narcissist, your no's mean go, like I said in another video. So they're not gonna, he's, you know, to see that I mean business and I'm serious about what I'm saying. He didn't care, because he was on a mission. Okay? Sneaking and cheating is like a game for a narcissist. And I see that now. It's like a game, okay? This is the same crap that he was doing. So that means that all the time when you're thinking everything is well and that, you know, they're doing stuff faithfully, you know, oh, they just left the house, they just left out of your bed or your whatever the case is, and here it is, they're now on the phone soon as they get out of your presence. And all could be good. Because when I spoke to her, she said they weren't having no issues. So I'm like, well, why is he calling me? Obviously, they're having issues. He's not happy with something. He's bored with her. Because this is what they do when they're bored. You could be the best supply, the most supportive person, and it's not appreciated, it's not cared. They don't care. So obviously, he does not care about whatever it is that she's doing for him, stuck by his butt the whole time. And here it is, he's playing games with her. Okay? With her. And she didn't even know it. So I told him, listen, you need to stop calling me. And if you don't stop calling me, I'm going to call her, because I still have her number. And I'm going to let her know what you're doing. Because I don't play that crap. I don't play with other people's property. I don't go for no dudes that's involved in relationships, married, all of that crap. That's not who I am. So if you want to sit there and play these little games behind her back, that's your business, but it won't be with me. And you calling me, I'm going to let her know what you're doing. Because this is what you used to do to me, and I didn't even know about it. And females was trying to warn me at the time. But this was after the fact. So he kept saying to me, why are you going to call her? Why are you going to call her? It's not even like that. I just want to call to apologize to you. And I said, well, you called and you apologized, and I accept your apology. So there's nothing else to talk about. Just because I accept your apology doesn't mean that you and I are going to be good again. Well, why can't we just be friends? I just want to be friends. I want us to be able to talk. I miss that friendship. I miss what we used to do and us hanging out and blah, blah, blah. There is no hanging out and being friends with a narcissist. Because their main mission is to get whatever it is from you. There's no friendship. They don't value friendship because they don't have empathy. It's all about what they can get from you. And your little friendship with them, mm-mm. It's just an avenue and a way for them to weasel their itinerary, whatever it is that they're intending on doing. That's just their way of weaseling it in. So there is no friendship. I said, there's no way I'm going to be friends with you. No. And you need to stop calling me because that's not cool. She's a cool person. I think she's a nice and she's a decent person. And you sitting here playing games. So if you want to talk, well, why can't all of us talk? Let's all go sit down together and talk. Oh, no. I just want to talk with you, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, that ain't going to happen. Okay? And I'm sure she don't know this is what you're doing. So after the conversation now, when he realized he couldn't get any place with me as always, because I wasn't dealing with the BS. Once I see a person for who they are, I leave them completely alone. And for him to even call me after all the stuff that he's done, to the point where slandering my name, okay, all around town with everybody, even with her, and then to turn around and talk about I'm sorry. If you were sorry, then what are you sorry for? Because you already made me out to be like I was this and I was that and I was all that. Okay? I was the worst person in the world. So then what are you sorry for? You see what I mean? They don't make any sense. And if she thought about it, she would see that also. You said she was this. You said she was that. You said she used to do this and that. So if she did all of that, why are you calling her and saying, I'm sorry? What are you sorry for? You see what I mean? Narcissists don't make sense, you guys. They don't make any sense at all because all their lies comes back at them because they don't remember the things that they said. Their mouth speaks a mile a minute and they don't realize, oh, they're pretty much telling on themselves. They're pretty much showing themselves for the liars that they are. And if she sees that, she'll notice that, yeah, he is a bold-faced liar because he said this. Just remember the things that he said. If you're watching this video, remember the things that he said to you. Woman to woman. Remember the lies and the stuff that he told you about me. This is what they do. Okay? And this is exactly what he's going to do to you when he finds somebody else. Have you heard what I'm saying? Because he's looking. He's looking. And there's nothing that you could do about it to keep him. I don't care if he does marry you. He's going to do the same thing because he's done the same thing to the wife that he was with. Okay? He did the same thing to the second wife that he was with. And it's a cycle. It's a never-ending cycle. If he can leave a wife with 3 kids and move to Virginia and then marry somebody else before even getting divorced with that woman, that goes to show you that it's all about them. So I really hope that she sees whatever it is that he's doing, because right after we hung up, right after he and I hung up, I called her right away. I did not feel comfortable with him calling me, thinking that it was okay to call me, because knowing him, it would have been a never-ending starting up again cycle of hovering, of harassing, calling me, thinking that he can continue to speak to me. Even though I didn't have a number to call the police and verify, oh, this person is calling me, it would have been something that he would have kept doing for over and over like he was doing before. So I wanted to put a stop to it. And that's exactly what I did. Because he didn't want me to let her know. He didn't want her to know what he was sneaking around doing. But I called her as a woman and told her exactly what he did. And that he called me to try to talk with me, to try to convince me to take him back, to work it out, to sit and talk with him like how we used to do. Okay? We used to have a lot of fun. We used to sit and talk and laugh and joke, go for drinks. So he misses that fun little thing that we had at that time. And this is what he thought he was going to try to redo again. So I told her everything that he said. And as we were talking, guess who pops up through the door of her place? Of course, that dude. So she said, oh, and guess who just came through the door? I said, yeah, look at that. He was just downstairs of your apartment building calling me. And after we just hung up, I called you. And looky, he's back. Okay? Making these little sneak in between calls. Making you think everything is good. Okay? Making you think that, oh, everything is sound and solid. I'm in love with you. I want to marry you. You're the one that I want to be with. He's putting that down in your head, making you feel like, okay, he ain't going nowhere. He know how crazy I am. Well, even although you may be that crazy, homeboy is stupid. Because he does not care. That's a mental sickness. And there is no crazy in the world that can handle a mental sickness. It's just going to make you crazier. Because he's going to continue to break you down spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and financially. Because I'm sure you've been bailing his butt out of a lot of financial stuff like how I used to. This is what they do. So, she says, oh, and guess who I'm talking to? And she tells him who she was talking to. And of course, homeboy now is busted. So you know what they do when you're busted? Instead of coming clean, you deny it like as though you shaggy. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Oh, I didn't do it. Oh, she's a damn liar. She's this, she's that. I said, well, and I told her, I said, listen, homeboy's been calling me. He's been trying to convince me to work things out with him. And do you know, he even gave me an ultimatum and asked me that if I'm willing to work it out with him, that he will get rid of that relationship. Listen, you guys. Desperation on a narcissist, they go hand in hand. He was that desperate to thinking that he was going to come back to me and use me for my money, because he's in a financial burden right now, and try to use me for my money because he's desperate and willing to throw away something if he can secure the bag over here. That's all he was trying to do, is secure the bag. And that's all he's trying to do right now with other women, is secure a bag for him to be able to have financially, to be able to move around and get you to pay for this and that person to pay. Because this is what he did with the other chick. He used that girl for $1,600 and she's looking for that money. Okay, that was like an ATM machine that got him to be able to pay for bills, and was even giving this chick that he's with now this one's money. Okay, splitting the money, stealing from this person, splitting it with that person. Okay, so he split money with her, with you. And she knew about it. So now homeboy thinks he's going to come to me, being that I just sold my house, and that he's going to try to run my pockets. Because now he's stuck and he needs money. And homegirl probably isn't giving him no money, or don't have enough money, or whatever the case is. I don't know. That's not my business. But her man is calling me and is disrespecting her and is playing her for a fool once again. Once again. But I was woman enough to let her know this is what he's doing. Homeboy denied the whole entire thing. He sat there, she put me on speaker, and he's over there lying to her, telling her, oh, she's a liar, I only called to say I'm sorry. Even she was like, well, what are you talking about? You called to say you're sorry. You the one that said she was this and she was that. You the one that said she did this and she did that. So what are you calling to say sorry for? And if you were a real man to say that you sorry about whatever it was, you could have came and told me, oh, I called such and such, and just, to tell her that I was sorry for whatever. But he couldn't, because what could he have been sorry for? He know what he's sorry for trying to jack me up, jack up my life, lied, slander my name, and he was trying to make amends so that he can try to weasel his little slithering behind back into my life. Okay? Asking me about my family, the whole nine. And she went to town, flipped script on this boy, on this ninja. But you know what the sad part about it is? When you have a soul tie to somebody like that, all they do is break you down more. They break down your esteem, your self-esteem. They make you feel like you're nothing. Because if they didn't, because if it wasn't that way, you wouldn't settle. And that's what I did in the beginning. I settled until I got wise and I got smart and I started cutting off the things that was tying him to me. It took a while to finally get his butt to stop. This is why I had to get an order of protection. And when I got the order of protection when he got arrested and an order of protection was placed on him, who do you think was in the courtroom coming to be support to him? She was there. Okay? Playing the faithful ride or die over some dumb behind man that's sitting there playing her right in her face. Lied to her as to the real reason why he was there. She didn't know. That man was harassing me. That man was stalking me. That man was coming to my house, coming around my neighborhood, calling me constantly. The same way he was calling you. Same way he calls you when you and him going through it. And never-ending calls. You know what I'm talking about. Because I know you're going through it. I know you've been through it. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. So here it is now. So he's playing these little manipulating games. Now that I'm on the phone, he's trying to all of a sudden tell her that I'm bold-faced lying. Really? I called you? I didn't even have his number. But I'm bold-faced lying. I'm bold-faced lying. See, the thing is, when they're in survival mode and he needs that roof over his head, he needs a place to lay his head because he ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, he's going to sit there and cry wolf tickets. Okay? Just to secure the roof over his head, just to secure that ATM machine that's supplying his needs, financial needs, the same crap that I used to do. And trying to make her feel a certain way where she can try to trust him again. But once they start breaking down that level of trust, there is no trust in them again. There is no trust in them again. There is no trust in them again because it's a cycle that continues. Let me just set my face real quick. It's a cycle that never stops. When you sit there and you constantly justify their BS, not only do they justify it, but you justify it too because you keep giving them chances and chances and chances to prove themselves to you, knowing in your heart that they're liars, that they're never going to change. And this is the stuff that I used to do. This is the stuff that we all do when we are in these type of abusive relationships. And it may not be a physical abuse that you might be dealing with. It's a mental abuse because they keep playing you for the dumbass and you keep believing them as a dumbass until finally we wake up out of these damn freaking dumb zombie-ish ways and we realize, you know what? This person is not worth all of this drama and stress and everything. Because he's creating an atmosphere of discord. He's creating an atmosphere in front of her own son of PTSD. So he has a lot of those little nasty friends of his out in that neighborhood that he keeps sneaking around with and tricking around with and calling and trying to make little sneaky, quickie dates. And while you sleeping comfortable in your bed at nighttime and he's working, don't think he's always working. Just remember the things he used to do when he used to come and pop up at your place late at night. This is the time that he plays these little dumb games when you're comfortable and not aware of anything because you're in your bed sleeping. Believing that, nope, he says he loves me, we just did this, we just did that, and I feel like, no, he will never do this to me again. He's doing it because you didn't think he was calling me. You didn't think that he was trying to make his way back to my life again. You didn't know that until I called you and told you that. So, you guys, it's really a sad situation when you're dealing with somebody and you put your trust in somebody and you don't even know that they're breaking they're violating you. Because you're so in your thoughts that, this person really loves you. And they will not do this to me. It really is a hurtful thing when you find out your mate is cheating on you. And that's really a hard pill to swallow. Because I've been there. I know what it's like. And to see how the trickery continues with these people, with this damn man. That the cycle continues, but now it's with somebody that he cheated and he's with. Now he's doing the same crap to her. That's why I told y'all in that video that when you see the narcissists moving on in their relationships with the new supply, and if you think that relationship is sound and good and all of that because, oh, wow, they're going to get married and they're this and they're that. It's not sound because he did the same thing with you. This ninja had the nerve on the phone when I was exposing him to her, was lying and talking about, oh, did she tell you that I said I love you? You didn't even mention her. He didn't even mention her one bit. He didn't even, when I said, let's talk together since you want to sit down and have a conversation with me, you kept saying, no, she ain't got nothing to do with this. So therefore then, where does she come in the mix of the conversation that you love her? You can't possibly love her if you're calling me trying to work it out with me. That's dumbness number one. If you love the woman so much, why are you calling me? Why were you trying to work it out with me? Why was you asking me if I had a man? Why was you asking about my kids? Why was you telling me about your sick mother? Why was you trying to, ask me questions about, do I see myself coming, being with you again? Do I see us trying to work? Can we work this out? If you loved her so much, why were you doing these things? To her, because you wasn't doing it to me. I wasn't giving you that time of day. So when they try to manipulate you with the dumbness, now he tried to manipulate her with the dumbness because she was the one outside of the loop. I saw from just being on the other phone and hearing his dumbness to see how sneaky and conniving he really is. And then going to stand there now when you're confronted to be bold-faced lying about the whole thing. And then going to come and tell her again because he's trying to woo her spirit now. Oh, did she tell you? Talking about me. Did she tell you that we getting married? Now, first of all, that don't mean jack, because even if he marries you, the same way he left his other wife with 3 kids and ran down to Virginia with another woman and then turned around and married that one and impregnated that one, you just in a cycle of BS thinking that that's a prize. The man can't even hold down responsibilities. He can't even be honest. Which is loyalty. What's the sense of marrying somebody that's going to be sneaking and cheating around with their ex-women or other women? So him saying that was like dumb. Really and truly? You thought that was going to bother me? That doesn't faze me one bit. I've been out the loop. My heart has been healed long time from you. So to come out of your face with that, was only to try to woo her back into securing that roof that you need so much over your head. To secure her taking care of your financial debts and burdens. That wasn't for me. And to hear the dumbness on the other side, like, wow, you really thought that that was going to hurt me? You didn't even mention the woman in our conversation because you didn't want me to believe that you were still in a relationship because you was trying to sneak your little nasty back over this side of town. So listen, y'all. I got to actually hear for myself just how conniving and how much of a liar and a serpent, and the great lengths that a narcissist will go through or go to try and justify themselves, to try to make you believe everything. And I really felt sorry for her afterwards. I really felt sorry for her because she didn't know anything. And I'm sure she still don't know what else he's doing out there. Because now every time he leaves the house, I would be like, wondering. I wouldn't even have taken his butt back. Because if you got to live like that, and that's why I got rid of him. If you got to live like that, constantly second guessing that person, all because you're wearing a ring, a piece of metal on your hand, if that's what makes them feel good about having somebody in their life, that you will sit there and be abused behind your back and lied to constantly, there's something wrong. That says a lot about that person herself. I think she's a decent person, but self-esteem you gotta level up. You gotta level up. To settle for a joker who ain't worth it, who's putting you in his damn personal mix-up with his bills and his lack of responsibility. To think that that's a prize worth gaining, for what? He's lying to you. He's stressing you out. He's causing your health to go down. I felt so bad for her. But I tell you like this, you guys, I felt good in my spirit knowing that, dang, girl, you dodged that bullet. Thank God you don't have to deal with that no more. And all I could do is feel sorry for her because she is where I used to be. Minus the cheating, because I didn't know he was cheating. Minus the cheating. I always thought he was capable of it. I just didn't see it or know it for a fact. But she's getting told. Your nigga's trying to talk to me. Your ninja's trying to talk to me. He's trying to weasel his way back up in this thing. He's trying to do that and the most to leave you on the side to bounce back over here because the grass was definitely greener. But that wasn't even good either because he wanted to use me. And that's his only purpose in life is to use people. This is what narcissists do. They use one to the next, to the next, to the next. They use people for their own gain, for their own purpose. So this is my look for the day, you guys. It's been a while since I did my makeup in front of y'all. No, I didn't seal my eyebrows. I gotta find my thing that I seal my eyebrows with. Alright. It's really hot in New York. But this is what they do. And I got a first-hand view on the flip side of how he was operating behind the scenes all this time. When he was trying to convince the next chick to give him a chance or that he's such a great person. See, he couldn't tell me he was a great person, but he was trying to convince me to give him another chance. And he was with the woman, like how he was when he was with me and feeding them all of the BS in their ears about me. I got a chance to experience that and see how he acts. And how he then flipped it so fast on the phone to survive and to secure everything that he needed at that moment. He's a bold-faced, habitual liar. They all are. Can't be trusted. I'm so glad that I'm not in that relationship anymore. I really am. And I needed to speak on this for you guys to see that when you're in these relationships, y'all, regardless of how long you think it is that you haven't been involved in a relationship with that ex-narcissist, that there's always going to come a time, I can guarantee you, that they will pop back up in your life. They will come back around, and their main purpose is to try and see if they can work back in again for a second go round. And all they're going to try to do is use you up even more, because now he sees I'm confident. I got boldness. I'm back to who I am and better. He's even said that to me on the phone. Oh, I've been watching your narcissist videos. Only you can help me. Only you understand me. Really? Only me? Are you bugging? And when I tell you that therapy does not work, let me tell you what he told me. When I still told him, listen, I can't help you in nothing. You need to go and figure it out and get some help somewhere else. Oh, well, can you look for a therapist for me so this way I can get my help? I'm like, that's not my responsibility. That's your new chick's responsibility. Oh, no, no, no. Only you understand what I'm going through. Only you can help me. No, I can't help you. And come to think of it, when you was going to a therapist, why didn't you tell that therapist that you was cheating with other women? Why didn't you tell the therapist that you had these other 2 chicks on the side while you was trying to work it with me? Because I was sitting in the office with him to be that support for him in the therapist's office. So I said, why didn't you tell Mr. McIntyre that, there was 2 other women involved in your life? Oh, I couldn't tell him that. I was so ashamed I couldn't tell him that. I didn't want him to know that. This is why I tell y'all therapy don't work for a narcissist. When they come out and tell you that they want to get help and they want to seek a therapist, they're a bunch of freaking fakes. You know why? Because he sat there in front of his therapist and told him a bunch of lies and made it seem like he wants to get help. But he refused to tell him the fact that he was lying to me and lying and sneaking around and playing dirty games. So they're not going to be completely upfront and honest to their therapist. You see what I mean? So he kept saying, oh, I was too ashamed. I didn't want to tell him that. And I'm like, so how are you going to get help? That means you are not helpable. Because for you to get help, you got to admit the fact that you got a serious problem. So when y'all keep getting these fake excuses and these pleads for, oh, their dying love, that they really want to seek help and get better, you better not believe that crap. Because homeboy told me he didn't even want to tell his therapist that he was doing what he was doing because he was ashamed. And it wasn't shame. He was still trying to do him and survive. Play the field and have these women bouncing around. So don't believe the BS when they tell you they want to get help. There's no seeking help. There's no help for them because they don't want to get help. So they're going to lie to you and woo you down into thinking this one way, but they're not telling the therapist all of the everything. You heard what I'm telling you? So, like I said, you guys, I just had to come out and tell you this because it really made me see that, wow, girl, you dodged that bullet. You are definitely healed because it doesn't affect you one bit. You're not hurting. You're not thinking about him in any type of which way. I forgave him. I even told you, I forgive you. So it's time for you to move forward. But you're only cursing yourself even more playing these dumb games behind her back now. And he didn't care. He don't care about her. He is only caring about what she can do for him right now. But the minute that dries up, which he's getting tired of it now. And listen, when they get tired of you, nothing you do, the thrill is gone. The hunt, the excitement, the adrenaline rush, it's gone. Because you're now, he already knows now. He's comfortable. He already bagged that. He already got that down packed. So the thrill is gone. The excitement is gone. The chase is gone. The sneaking around is gone. Now he's sneaking around to get that excitement in somebody else. They move on. So holding them down ain't going to do nothing but hold you back. Now, I know this is a long video, you guys, but I'm really trying to talk to whomever out there that is hearing me right now, who's not convinced that these people don't mean you no good. They don't. I saw it firsthand, and all I could do is say, wow, you will go to this length. Just a day or so, and just a second ago, you was pleading your undying love to me. Didn't mention nothing about her, but I figured 2 and 2 out already that he was still with her when I said, well, you know what? She's a good girl. You need to stop playing games. By that statement alone, he was like, I'm not playing games. Told me right there, he's still with her. And she don't know you calling me. She don't know you trying to sit here and try to work it out with me behind the scenes. So you playing games. And she's sitting there innocent as ever thinking, oh, you just a dummy, but, you know, you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that. At least I know that much. No, you don't. He is. Very much so. So you guys, listen. When you're in these narcissistic relationships, your best bet is to get out for your own health, for your own mental stableness. Because they're going to break you down. They're going to tear you apart emotionally. And when they use you up, you're going to feel so worthless. You're going to really need therapy because you now have their illness, their PTSD, their anxiety, their lack of self-esteem. You're going to have it all because they're breaking that down. They're transferring that spirit onto you. They're transferring it onto you. So don't ever, ever, ever think that kind of relationship works out. It does not. It only damages you. All right? So you guys, I'm bet, you know, my hair is done, my face is done. My hair's not done yet, but my face is done, and I need to get under the fan or so right now. It's hot in New York. So I have a event that starts at 2. And I'm halfway there. Just need to get my hair fixed up to the max and put my earrings on, put my clothes on, and I'm out the house. But you guys just stay well, stay focused, stay vigilant, stay mindful, watchful, the whole 9. And if you're in these relationships, get out, get out, get out. Don't close your ears. Close your eyes, close your heart, pack everything up in a box and put it on the side for somebody else. But clear your spirit out from these toxic people. Detox from these people because they don't mean you no good. I don't care what come out their mouth. It's a bunch of lies. And homeboy, no, he better not ever think about calling my number again because he knows I have her number. The only way that he'll call me again is when they're not together no more, and he may think that, oh, I could try to call. No, don't even think about it. I'm going to call 911 on your behind. You's a dummy. And you played yourself with her. You didn't play with me because I already knew who you were. She don't know the maximum and to the extent that you can be. But she's going to learn now. She's going to learn. She's going to learn firsthand experience. No doctrine's degree is going to teach her this besides experience. And it's the same thing with all of you going through the same thing. All right? So until the next time, you guys, I wish you well, safety, health, and I will see you in the next video. Where you going? You didn't subscribe yet. Well, listen, first of all, before you go, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget also to turn on that notification bell. So this way you will not miss another one of my videos. Okay? Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, click it, and then hit that little bell and make sure that it's lit. You will miss out on so much if you don't hit that subscribe button. And also, hit that bell next to it. make sure that it's turned on, so this way when I upload another video, you will not miss it at all, okay? You will be the first to know. So don't forget, give me those likes, thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button along with the bell at the bottom, and you will always know when I upload another one of these videos, okay? So I'll see you in the next video.